What is going on, guys? Welcome back to another Fappy video. Yeah, maybe we won't use that one anymore. But another video of Fappy, the Ranger. We are level, what are we? Level 37 now. And we're running around. This is a mistake, don't do it. These wolves are insane. They just come out of nowhere. Like, every time I fight a wolf, I get 5 wolves. It's nuts. It's so crazy. They just come out of nowhere. They just spawn on top of you. I know that's actually a thing. There's traps with, like, bloodthirsty wolves and stuff, but it's crazy. We'll kill them over here by the water. Whoops. See if we'll start with a panic. Yeah. I said I'll kill them by the water. I immediately fear them. I don't know. We'll be all right. So we're out here in DSP, killing some wolves, feeling pretty strong, especially when we kill Zelniaks. The Zelniaks are so weak. Here, we'll pull him back. Look at him. He doubled me for 50s and then kicked me for 19. Pretty crazy. Pretty crazy. What a banger. Let's kill him over here by the water, though. So, mostly killing Zelniaks, killing wolves as well, but the wolves just get me in trouble. Let's see, what have we done since we last saw you? So I did grind a little bit outside of Tower of Frozen Shadow, killing some cats, you know, for a little bit. That was really good. That was really good. I feel like the XP was better than it is here, but I don't know that for sure. It should be better here, you know, per everything. But it felt better there for whatever reason. Here comes a wolf, but I guess we'll welcome him. Actually, we killed this guy. Let's go after this Zelniak. Can we reach him? I don't want to fight that stupid ass. Light crawler. Because they're all green and light blue. Can I hit him in the water? Yeah, okay. I didn't know if it'd be like a spell where it's like missing. Oh, I got my... Are we gonna get it off? Yeah. I got my conjuration up. So, grinded a bit on cats, did some fear kiting. Don't necessarily need fear kiting. Feeling strong. Feeling strong right now. We'll probably get weak really fast. But feeling pretty strong. Fighting animals, obviously. Fearing them. And we are wearing a fungi, which gives us a little time to like regenerate while we fear them. Feels good. Been messing around with the bow, just, you know, blowing through arrows. I got getting fletching up. For when I run out of arrows, I can make arrows out here. We'll kill this wolf. He seems to be by himself. Oh, there's 2 of them. Alright, we'll kill this Zelniak. So we got conjuration up, and now it's going up naturally, because now I can dot on most poles. If I want, I can like kite with shooting arrows and having a dot on them, or maybe even 2 dots on them while I do that. So that feels good. But it is going up naturally now, so conjuration's up to 142. So now I can cast, that's my highest level dot, it's level 30. Don't really fizzle too much, doesn't, you know, kill me. Oh, what happened there? Got interrupted. Well, we just won't dot him, not a big deal. The other thing I needed to give was my, like, evocation. Evocation was level 1, I think. It was bad. What's ignite? Evocation. It might not have been 1, but it was low. It was like 20, maybe. I don't know what it was. It was so low. Anyways, I worked on that. I think I got it up to like 75-ish or something. So that was pretty good. It was just really low, so I thought I'd work on it, get it quick and easy, get it up a little bit. But what I really actually need to work on is my abjuration. What is that? We'll start in on this wolf. Now, if you fear things here, they just like to run into the water. It's super annoying, but I guess we should at least get one fear off. It should probably break before it gets in the water, but let's see. Abjuration. It's at 73, so it's not good. You know, it's not my worst, but we should be getting that up higher. Because that is like my thorns and stuff, and I have 2 thorns that were level 30. I have the long one that lasts an hour plus, and then I have a short one that lasts like 3 minutes. And the one that lasts 3 minutes, you know, you're going to be applying it like every 3 minutes or so if you're meleeing. And I'll dump my entire mana pool before I get one of those on. So it just doesn't, it does not want to cast. So those are all abjuration. And if I could just get that caught up to a point where I can pull off some casts, you know, I'll pop that every 3 minutes and then it can naturally just stay on. But that one's like extremely behind. That didn't land. Excellent. Before he gets in the water. I'm not going to chase him in there. Fuck that. Let's try to shoot him here. He's going to get too low. Oh, still shooting him. But, yeah, it's been pretty good. Been pretty dang good for a ranger, at least, you know. Feeling pretty strong now, for now. We'll see if we can keep at the animals. Think of some other places to go. You can stay in DSP for quite some time. We could stay here till like 45 or something like that. I don't know if I want to stay here that long. What level are we again? 37? I will probably stay here for a while, though. I'm going to jump around my characters a little bit. We'll get on the enchanter a bit. Was kind of waiting for the cleric, but we don't necessarily have to be exclusive duo with the cleric. I kind of feel safer on the enchanter in the outdoor zones. I took her to Guck because I was going to go with him to Guck where they're undead mobs, right? And then we could duo in there pretty well. And shard's rotting. Imagine looting a shard on like a level 30. And oh, I've run out of ammo. I was trying to figure out what was going on with my ammo. Oh, I'm out completely. Yeah, I gotta make more. I brought the materials with me too, because I popped a potion, which I only have 42 seconds on now, I'm realizing. Because I was going to make some arrows while I had a potion on, like in downtime, but I don't have any downtime. But I made a bunch of arrows, and my skill barely moved. I crafted a bunch. They're actually starting to get kind of expensive. My fletching kit is full of shit. Because I had arrows all the way up in here. Because you can't... Oh, man. Huh. What am I going to do now? A bit of a pickle there. We'll get rid of our fish rolls, probably. Let's pound them. Throw them on the floor or whatever. But... Yeah. Thinking about just getting my crafting some arrows while... Well, that's not gonna work. Gotta get him out of the water. He's not a wolf. I don't really have to pull him to the wall there. Because the Zoniacs don't social, which is nice. Luckland has a lot of animals, pretty high level though. I'm trying to think, you know, there's like a bunch of sonic bats and regular bats, or sonic wolves, and then bats, stuff like that. There's animals in Maiden's Eye right here. It's pretty nice. Being, you know, I just came off of leveling that Beast Lord, whatever, a month and a half ago or whatever that was, and animals like you as a Beast Lord, just like they like you as a druid or as a ranger or a druid too. So going from one animal loved guy to another, which is pretty nice. So you can run around when the wolves don't aggro on you naturally, because everybody else's wolves want to kill you, which is super annoying. But it's not everything, you know, like I went to Velius and all those animals want to kill me. There's certain animals here that will kill me too, like the wolves that are in Maiden's Eye. Those are naturally want to take me out. I need to go see my trainer. There's one in Shadowhaven. At level 35 I got Riposte. Here, let's fight this guy. He's gonna rough me up pretty good. A silvery wolf. He should screw me up pretty good. And then I'll regenerate. I'll make some arrows and I'll sit down and like regenerate when I do that. Cannot see your target. Really? Oh, what the fuck? Let's get a dot on him. Probably gonna need some help with this guy. So we'll get a couple of dots. We'll get my 2 damage dot on him. I don't have arrows at the moment, so we're gonna have to face tank all this. It's nice having a snare that lasts like pretty much forever. You know, I play a lot of Necro, and your snares don't... I mean, they last a long time. I shouldn't say that. They last a long time, but these snares last like a really long time. I guess druids are even crazier, but feels pretty good. Oh yeah, this guy's roughing me up. I killed a named wolf earlier. It was the one on the Beast Lord. We killed him on the Beast Lord, and we turned in like his pelt to the Sambata tribe or whatever the fuck, and they gave me a necklace or whatever. I was never able to sell that. I dropped it all the way to like 30 plat or whatever. Nobody cares. I don't know. I think it finally sold maybe. I don't remember. I'd have to check my trader and see if it's on there still. So let's redot him. We'll start fearing him, I guess. I'm gonna get myself in trouble fearing him. I'm gonna catch another wolf. He resisted. There we go. Silvery wolf flees in a state of total panic. So, Monsters and Memories put out an update. They're expecting EA, Early Access, to not be until June 1st now, which could get pushed back again. It could. But it was first quarter, and then we were thinking like the very end of first quarter. Now it's looking like the earliest it'll be is the end of second quarter. So, I don't know, that gives me more time to play around with characters on here, because that was something I had mentioned when I talked about doing another like self-found character. Is another part of that was kind of timing, you know? Like, what if I don't kind of finish that in the amount of time, and then I get busy doing other stuff, like playing some Monsters and Memories and raiding on here and all that. But it seems like there's more time now, so that's less of a worry. Shoot. I hope the wolf, stupid wolf noises aren't, Sack of purified soil. What do y'all think that's for? Should we check it out? Let's check it out. Sack of pure... Oh, my hands are off. Sack of pure... Let's see. What is this for? Drops from a ton of crap. It's for a quest, obviously. It's one of the class quests for Druid. Druid class quest. So this is what I'm talking about, actually. In the previous video, I was talking about doing a self-found character in the future. I don't have arrows. I'm supposed to be, I'm supposed to be working on arrows, but I got some stuff to say, I guess. So these are the quests I'm talking about. Twilight Sea, the zone, has class quests for all classes. I could actually put a link in game and just show you guys. So let's see what that would have done. What item was that part of a quest for? Let me see. Well, I don't know. Oh, here it is. That would have been for the sleeves. So we could pull up the sleeves here. I'm getting my ass kicked here. So these are the sleeves. So, you know, it's not great or anything, right? But it gives you something to do. This is for a druid, mind you. Gives you something to do. It's gear with stats on it. When you're self-found, it's not that easy to do. You don't have to do all of them. You know, if you find yourself with just a couple of weak spots, or maybe you just have a couple of strong spots, you could avoid the couple of strong spots. You can seek out certain ones or whatever, but basically the gist of the quests, if you've never looked at them, is it's those little jewels that you probably have looted or seen on corpses and stuff. The sun jewel, astral jewel, meteor jewel, sky jewel, cloud jewel, star jewel. A bunch of these jewels. They drop off of a lot of different mobs. Pretty much all mobs. I don't know. The rock hoppers here seem to drop a shitload of them. I don't want to fight a wolf right now. The wolves are kind of screwing me up, and I'm not ready to make arrows yet. I'm still talking. I could bust out my heal since my mana's like full, but I'm just not going to. That's boring. I don't want to just sit here and heal. Anyway, so you can get, yeah, some different items, but they're all roughly, you know, kind of like what I showed you. Obviously, like the chest and the pants will probably be better. Some items are better than others. So, like I said, there's the newbie quest, which there's a bunch of newbie quests out now with that since Lucklin came out. So I want to choose a class and a race where I can do a newbie quest item, like a bunch of those. So we'll go around killing whatever it takes, turn those in. We'll start out with like a newbie little gear set, and then we can also headhunt some items. Like if, you know, whatever we can do. On the last solo self-found character I had, we got Berserker Club, XR Berserker Club. We got, you know, the ring from the Giants. We'll get one of those, the XR Giants, or I mean the Kunargat Giants. Stuff like that. So we'll definitely go around and get some items and stuff. But it's nice that there's like a complete little newbie set to kind of like get you going and give you stuff to do, because they're each individual little quests. So go kill all these things, collect all these dumb things. God damn it, it's a rabid wolf. We're in trouble. Ah, fuck, there's wolves everywhere. Do they social with this rabid wolf, or do they like, nah, brah, that dude's rabid? They don't seem to like the rabid wolf. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna snare this guy, so we can kill this guy. put some dots on this guy. And then we're gonna get a little room. We're gonna do a drive-by here. Okay. Now I'm just gonna zone this wolf out. Anyways, so then later on, like when you're in your mid-30s, and you can come over here to Lucklin, and then you can kind of go around Lucklin and do the same thing. You have a set that has pretty much every piece. And maybe you can replace at that point in your mid-30s, or maybe even later. If you're self-found, you're probably weak as hell. So you might have to wait a little later. But yeah, probably hopefully in your 30s, you can go around and get another set. Maybe boost up the AC a little bit, a few extra stats, nothing crazy. And just, again, something to go and do, you know. Keep your mind off of the leveling slog that it's going to be because you're slow and weak and all of that stuff. So there's usually a couple of like named mobs like that wolf that we killed, and then there's also stuff that just drops off of like just like random ass mobs like those sun jewels or those jewels and stuff. I'm gonna go ahead and regenerate a little bit. I'm gonna craft some arrows, and I'll check in with you guys in a minute. Bro, look at this fucking train, dog. I was trying to make arrows. Jesus. Alrighty. So we crafted quite a bit of arrows there. I got some skills. It slowed down. Once I got to like 110 skill level, then I was getting like 1 skill per stack, like 4 stacks of materials. One stack of per 20 creations or whatever. Jesus. Spit it out. Okay, so now we got some arrows though, which is cool. We can play around with arrows. Getting riposte will be pretty big. I should go grab that. I'll go grab that after this session. But you can see here with like, obviously flame, oh, fuck! Flame looks a joke, but you know, we're taking down the Zelniak pretty good. Zelniak's little punk biatch, so it's no big deal. I just hope this guy doesn't slow me. He'll like slow you or snare you, right? Like, because that's not that big of a deal. Like, or a ranger. These Zelniaks just have no life. DSP's crazy for that. Get a snare going on this guy. Start shooting this guy too. I was looking at the fleeting quivers again, and it's still just Zales at 4.5k. I guess nobody's making them to sell them. That would be cool though if one popped up for a reasonable price. Once again, I'll have to look into the mats, and like I was saying before, I think it's like 2k worth of mats, and then just ask somebody in the guild to do it. Somebody who's high enough. Oh, my eye patch. No, yeah, it is on. Okay. I felt like I was swinging slowly. All right. It's pretty cool just to have the ability to kite stuff. You don't need to kite stuff. Kiting stuff is slower. But if there's something you want to kill, or if you're in trouble, or this or that, the other thing, just to be able to kite something to kill it. Like, you know, you see a red mob or you see a yellow mob and you want to kill it, it's a named or something, or you're trying to do a quest, you can just go ahead and kill it. It just might take you a while. So it's pretty cool to have that. And have that as like basically a melee. Which actually, brings up the self-found situation again, right? What are some of the, you know, I want it to be something I don't have. So there's cleric, that's no, and there's a rogue, and that's also a no. But I was thinking about, you know what I was thinking about rogues, and it's still a no, but don't rogues have intimidate? Is that a thing? Am I making that up? Let me see. I thought I remember rogues having intimidate. So then at some point, like maybe around level 30, you would have, you could have like, I don't know how you'd pull this off solo self-found. Actually, I do. Around level 30, you could have a snaring weapon. Whether it be the dropped one in... See, now maybe you're not solo self-found. Maybe you're just self-found, or I don't know. But whether it be the dropped one in Guck, or you can get the sword... If you're a good race, you can get a sword. The sword one I got on the Beast Lord that was given to the Beast Lord's pet. That's quested in Furion Vi. You can get that like around level 30 to 35. I don't know about on a rogue, but there are multiple snaring weapons. So then if you could proc a snare, intimidate, then you could backstab. And there also is front stabbing, but I heard it's hard to do on this server, or I don't know. I've heard things, but I've never tried it. I've never actually played a rogue in EverQuest before, so like I you know, I understand the idea of front stabbing, but I've never practiced it or tried it. But let me see what their skills are, and we will answer this right now. Do they have intimidate? They do. And you get it at level 22. So you can get intimidate at level 22. It maxes out at 200. So I mean, you just, you know, you put it on a hotkey, you're constantly spamming it. It's going to be painful. But I was just thinking, I don't want to really play rogue, but I was just thinking of ways rogues can solo. So you have a snare weapon and intimidate. And obviously intimidate's going to be hard to get off. It's going to be hard to level up. It's going to be hard to get off. Get it to proc successfully. They're probably going to resist it all the time too when it does go off, and then it's going to break early all the time. But I don't know. I had intimidate on the monk, and I think it's like maxed for, I think it's maxed for like his level or whatever, and it procced quite often. I don't know. It did proc pretty often, but I didn't have a on the monk. I didn't have a way of snaring while leveling. I don't have a dagger I can get that has snare on it, and I can't use slashing weapons, which the other snare is. Obviously at level 60, you know, you can get like 2 nair drops, a rooting weapon and a snaring weapon, and so on and so forth, but that's like a different story. But the monk has intimidate. Oh, dang. And intimidate was going off like pretty frequently. So, yeah. It would be painful, slow and painful, but maybe possible. Definitely possible, but slow and painful. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. You could also then kite, I suppose, because rogues can use throwing daggers or whatever, and they can crit with throwing stuff, I think. So then, if, you know, say you're having trouble fearing, or say, because fear has a range on it. You don't have to be like all up on him to fear, right? You can fear from like a little bit of distance or something, or intimidate, excuse me. So then you could be throwing stuff at them while they're snared if they're not feared or whatever. I don't know. So anyways, we'll continue to think about that whole subject, and we're going to continue to grind here. And I'll check back in with you guys in a bit. We just dinged. We're level 38. So I'm going to keep on grinding a bit, and I'll check in with y'all in a little bit. Alright, so we're out here doing the same thing, killing Zelniaks. After that last ding, when I got to 38, I do now very occasionally, some of the Zelniaks, if they're the like minimum level, then they'll be a light blue. So that's where we're at with those. Shooting some arrows and all of that. I landed an arrow for 48 damage. That was kind of crazy. The arrows aren't good or anything, but they're 1 damage more than my previous. I gotta rebuff myself. But you can see I just shred these low-level Zelniaks like crazy fast. Let's get, what? Barb coat. This one doesn't, they're both level 30 or whatever, but this one doesn't have like that bad of a time casting like the other one does. The 3-minute one just does not want to cast. So I haven't really been fearing these too much. I should on this one. Whoops. Sometimes it's just a pain in the ass to get off. So here's 2 light blue Zelniaks, dang. Of course, by the time I do, see, I'm shredding them so hard that that it's not even really needed. But if I get a large Zelniak, they take a little more. So the large Zelniaks, like this one right here, we'll fear this guy. Put some dots on him while we're at it. Drop a couple arrows in him. Not very good at paying attention to the shot timer. It's not in my face enough. But this little Zelniak Valley is so good. Like, how many people are here? There's only 4 people in the zone right now, you guys. It's during the week, and we're having Christmas come up, so people are probably traveling or just busy doing Christmas stuff. It's not Christmas Day, but it's Christmas week, and it's during the week. So I came home from work, and it's prime time right now. There's just not as many people on. They're busy having lives and all that stuff. See if you can get another fear off. Got 14 minutes left on the potion. Should be able to get our level here. We did blow through all of our mats like I was talking about. And we still need to create some more of those same... I resisted. Some more of those same arrows. We didn't make it through... Oh shit, I feared him. Why am I doing Oh, fuck me. I'm doing everything but snare. Okay, there we go. Alright, let's take care of this guy. That's so EverQuest, isn't it? Just to have these goddamn light crawlers just, you know, everywhere around here. Their movement speed is extra fast. They fucking aggro. Doesn't matter if they're green, light blue, or whatever. They aggro from like 50 feet away. They're just super annoying. Let's kill them with an arrow. Yeah. Ranger shit. Get another fear going. I do need to go get riposte already. I just, you know, I need to get things and I just never go like back to town. But I do need to go grab that. There's a trainer in Shadowhaven. Did I say this already? I'm just not 100% sure like if they'll talk to me or not. Do you have to do that quest first? You might have to do that like little quest first. I'm not even really sure. I don't remember, man. I don't ever use those trainers. Usually by the time this part of the game is out, I've already got all my skills or don't really need to go to the GMs anymore. But they'll probably talk to me, who knows. Seems to be a lot of large Zelniaks down here, so this is pretty good. Whatever. I don't know what my plan is. I want to get fletching up. There's bows that come out in Planes of Power, like the Stonewood compound bow and all those things. They're really good. They're obviously craftable. You do need like stuff from raids. Is it the Stonewood one? Where you have to get like a bow staff from Plane of Earth, which, you know, unless I main switch, this guy is not going to Plane of Earth. But who knows, maybe it's worth it. You're allowed to main switch once per expansion? Is Lucklin, I wonder if my guild considers Lucklin out now, or is Lucklin out on the 1st? Is that when you're allowed to change again? When's the change reset? I'm just kidding though. So this is a regular Zelniak. We should probably still fear his ass because my HP is not the best. Another thing has been, I've been without water for a while too, so not only do I need to go to the GM, I ran out of water a while ago. But I've had KEI, so it doesn't, I guess it doesn't matter if I have water or not. My mana is starting to go down, so maybe it does matter. This is kind of what I was talking about in the other videos. Like, you know, it's nice to be powerful. It's nice to not have to, you motherfucker. It's nice to not have to worry about too much and to be able to progress quickly. But at the end of the day, I need something. I need a slow burn as well, you know. I need to get back to the grassroots and don't forget, you know, don't forget what we're here for, type of thing. I think I'll do just like a chatting video soon about, I don't know when I'll do it, actually. Maybe I'll wait till I get a week of raiding in on Lucklin, because I want to remember. I mean, I remember raiding on Lucklin. I can rehearse it all right now, but I haven't raided Lucklin on this server. You know what I mean? So maybe after the second week of January, I might just do like a talking video that I do. You know, I do them every once in a while, where I'll just put some gameplay on in the background, and then I'm just gonna like talk about just stuff that I think about and ideas and stuff. Kind of more like comparing the game, kind of like I did in the last one, but maybe I'll think about it a little better, and I'll put some bullet points to try to keep my dumbass on track, because we all know that I can't stay focused and stay on like a topic at all ever. That's just something I'm incapable of doing. I just start thinking of like weird shit and start talking about all kinds of random stuff and forget to finish ideas and thoughts. But generally, kind of to like piggyback on what I was talking about in the last Fappy video, where 2 regular Zoniacs. Where I was saying about just, you know, the experience that you have on P99 and how like P99, I don't speak in absolutes. There's people who are there who are raiding. There's people who play there to raid there. There's people who like when there's 0 instancing and everything has to be outdoors and everything has to be competitive. I understand that. There's also people who like PvP. But notice the PvP servers have 20 players on them. Or notice the amount of players on our server here that engage in PvP. It's next to none. What I'm saying is, yes, there's people out there who do it or who do enjoy it, raiding on P99. But it's a very small amount of people. There's just not enough for everybody, right? And so there's probably some people who start on P99 and they're like, I want to raid eventually. And then they, you know, after forever and a day, they get to max level. And then, I don't know, they join a guild maybe, or, well, obviously they probably join a guild, but do they join a raiding guild? Maybe they join a guild that says they can get some kills. But you gotta imagine like the upper echelon of guilds, like the top guilds. They probably have like a set raiding crew, right? And it's hard to get in. You know, like I wouldn't be surprised if there was like kind of like a waiting list. I don't know if that's real. I'm just making this up. I'm assuming, right? You only got so many slots, and everything's open world targets, and you're competing with other guilds. So what I'm saying is, you don't get a ton of raids, or you don't get a ton of kills, and maybe you have to like pick off the low-hanging fruit and stuff at first, and then maybe that doesn't sit well with people. Maybe they go there expecting more, and then it turns out that they can't scratch that itch that they wanted. But okay, so regardless of this like small amount of people, I think most people are on P99 are chilling, and they just like playing the old game, playing what they remember. And what I think most people remembered back in the day was primarily just leveling characters and the social aspect, and the needing of each other, and grouping and relying on, we need a tank and we need a healer, and this guy's gonna pull, and we need CC, and you need all these things that modern games you don't really need. The polar is the entire group in modern games, right? Because you're dungeon crawling, and so the entire group is just following the tank. And if pulling is pushing the button to shoot an arrow, anybody can do that. Like, you don't need a class to do that, right? Usually it's just the guy who's gonna have aggro does it in modern games, but so I think what this. So what do we think about, what if P99, what if they came out with an identical server to what they have now? The only difference is they added instance rating. what do we think the reaction to that would be? Like topics like this is what I kind of want to just like bring up and then like, you know, have discussion down in like the comments of that video. Because, you know, there's a lot of people who don't want to go to Luckland because it changes the game so much. They don't want to go to Plains of Power because they don't have nostalgia for that. You know, I commented on Cynical's video a while back, and my comment was about like, hell yeah, ding, 39, let's get it. You know what I noticed is like, the reason I thought the potions were 50% is because it says it down here in chat. It says 50% XP bonus. But if you look up the potion on PQDI, it's 150% XP bonus. I don't know what's right. I believe the 150% though, for show. Cynical did a video that was comparing. Well, I feel like I talked about this already, but it was comparing the two most popular TLPs and the two most popular EMUs, being P99 Quarm and then Teak and Yellonak? No, Teak and Mischief. I think so. Mischief because it's Mischief, and Teak because it's newer and kind of like Mischief. Something like that. So those are really popular. And then there's the two EMUs. Anyways, and he used AI to kind of like summarize differences and stuff. And I put a big ass essay of a comment on that video, just like, you know, some things that AI just gets wrong or interprets more extreme than it really is or something like that. Like it was trying to say, whatever. So one of the things that I had said there, and this guy's whooping my ass, is that if you actually look into it, or maybe you don't need to, if you actually just think about it, EverQuest comes out in 1999. This fucking light crawlers, bro. EverQuest comes out in 1999. Kunart comes out in 2000. And Velius comes out in 2000? Is that real? No. Yeah, yes. And Velius comes out in 2000. So it's called Project 99 because the game came out in 1999. Velius came out in December of 2000. So, you know, you hear this rhetoric going around, and it's probably true, or you hear like a lot of people talking about things, and they're like, I play P99, or I like P99 because it's, you know, that's what I used to play, and that's, you know, the game sucks after that, or whatever, and all these different things, in their opinion. But how crazy is that to think about, is that if you're one of the people who's like, oh, I quit after Velius, or I quit when Luckland came out. Luckland came out in 2001. Like not even that deep into 2001. Let me give you an exact date. Oh, it was deeper than I thought. It came out in December of 2001, so it was a full year. Kunark and Velius came out in the same year. It's pretty crazy. But, okay, so from 1999 to 2001, you know, it's only 3 years. That's only 2 years. It's like less than 3 years, right? 1999 to 2001. 1999, 2000, 2001. It sounds like 2 years, but it's closer to 3 years, but it's still less than 3 years. So then, you know, all of these people who are like, you know, who are like, oh, I quit when Luckland came out, or I quit before Luckland came out. I never played Luckland or whatever. Isn't it crazy, like, the impact this game had on people to where then you only played the game for less than 3 years. It's an MMO. But it had, like, such an impact on you that you have all this nostalgia and stuff like that. Pretty crazy. Pretty powerful game, right? Sorry, that was really hard to spit out for me. But pretty crazy. Because you think of the grand scheme of things, right? Here we are in 2025, still playing the same fucking game. The game's still going. They got like 30 fucking expansions, right? They're still doing TLPs. They're doing all this stuff. And there's like a giant amount of people who are like, yeah, I played the game for 3 years, 25 years ago. But it still holds that massive impact on them. Where they have all this nostalgia. They don't want anything to do with like the game beyond this point and that kind of stuff. And I'm kind of in that, but I played it just for a couple extra years, right? I quit by 2004, which I guess is another 2 to 3 years. Which isn't that a lot in the grand scheme of things. Like I said, the game's been out for over 25 years, or 25 years. So another 2 to 3 years, you know, is still a small amount. But I do have, personally, a ton of nostalgia for, I mean, Luckland, yes, but like Plains of Power, man. Plains of Power, I just have so much nostalgia for Plains of Power. And I want to talk about that, you know. There's a lot of people here who only played the first 3 expansions. And I just want to talk about, since I'm one of the, like, probably half the people, I don't know, half the people have probably played Beyond and half haven't. Yeah, no, I don't know. There's, like, in my guild, for instance. In my guild, there's some people who have played Beyond, Plains of Power, and Luckland. And there's some who have never played Plains of Power and Luckland, and they're looking forward to it. They want to check it out. They want to rate it, you know, for the first time. And all that kind of stuff. So I guess something else that I want to talk, I'm having a difficult time, like, making sure I'm not going to die. And casting the correct spells. And keeping a train of thought. Wow. I'm really gimp right now. It's the end of my day, y'all. What's new? I need a fearless guy, though. But one other thing I want to talk about in this video, and like I said, I'll try to have it more mainstream and less me fucking shooting out thoughts. And I won't be playing the game, so that'll help. But is like Plains of Power is very much so a raiding expansion. And like, don't get me wrong, but there's kind of almost nothing to do. Like you could say that about every expansion, I guess. There's more to, yeah, maybe that's not the way to look at it. It's like a Raiders expansion though. Like it really is. It's like a Raiders expansion. There's not a ton to do if you're not raiding. I feel like in these other expansions, there's more stuff to do. There's like more quests that are not raid related. There's, I don't know, they'll add a new class or a new race like in this one. Obviously, Plains of Power does add 5 more levels, so you do need to go level. They add AA, so you do need to go get AA. So it's hard, I guess it's hard. I'm contradicting myself as I'm thinking about it. But I do feel like it's just much more of a Raiders expansion. There's like, every zone is a raid zone. Like really. When you enter the Plains of Power, you have access. I feel like I shouldn't talk about this as much, because if I want to make a sit down talking video on it, but where are we? 54 minutes. Not a lot of people are listening anymore, so it's fine. But when you enter the Plains of Power, you have only access to, what, 4 zones? You got Plane of Nightmare, Plane of Innovation, Plane of Justice, and Plane of Disease. Am I missing something? Besides the Plane of Knowledge and Tranquility, those don't count. That's it, right? I think that's it. So you have access to 4 zones that you can have combat in. So, if, you know, and those are low-level zones. Like, those are entry-level zones. Maybe, yeah, you can probably get, I don't know. You can get to high levels in there, for sure. But they're entry-level zones. If you're level 60 or 65, the mobs in the front are probably light blue, maybe green. Maybe. Maybe not. You know, I think the Plane of Innovation, I think they're still dark blue at 65. I think. Not the point. The point is you have access to 4 zones, and that's basically kind of it. All the other zones, all the elemental planes, Plane of Tactics, Halls of Honor, you know, Crypt of Decay, all these other zones, Plane of Storms, you know, all these other zones, all the elemental planes, time, everything. You have to raid to get a key to get in there. Now, obviously, you don't have to raid. There's ways to finagle it. They did the back flagging shit, and they did the percentage thing where they're like, oh, you know, your raid has to have like this % of people in order to or, you know, if you have, I don't know what it is. I forget what it is. But if you like 90% of your raid has a flag, then the other 10 can just get in. There's a number for it. I just can't think of it off the top of my head. Something like that. So then not your entire raid has to be keyed. This is going to allow a lot of alts. Alts are going to be a major thing this time around. Like, people can just get alts in without keys. You don't have to get the Sleeper's Tomb key to get your alt in the Sleeper's Tomb. You don't have to, you know, get all these different keys to get your you don't have to get the VT key on your alt to get them into VT to get some loot or whatever that is. So that's interesting. I don't really like that. Call me that guy, but I'm not trying to like I'm not trying to be a gatekeeper or anything like that, but I just like I get why it can be good and inclusive, and I don't know, it just seems too abusable. It just seems way too abusable. Or some people will just never get their keys, and it's like, bro, you're never gonna get your key. I feel like everybody should get their key, or if, you know, guilds should have to be like, okay, on this raid night, we're gonna go back and we're gonna get these new people their keys or whatever. But it's like, yeah, you get a new person who just started and they don't have their keys, and it's more convenient for the raid to not, or for the guild to not have to go back and help somebody get keyed, because you have to raid to get keys. And there's levels of keys. You have to raid this place to get that key, and then that place to get that key, and then that place to get that key, and so on and so forth. And so I get it in the sense of that's inconvenient. But at the same time, I don't know, there should have just been a better way. There should have been a better way. And then there's the back flagging thing, is like, you know, there's the percentage thing. So it's like, okay, most of our guys have keys, so we can get these couple of people in without keys. And then you go to the raid place, and then they hail the NPC, and then they get the flag. And they're allowed to get the flag even though they don't have the key to get in there in the first place. So I'm very mixed about this, and I'm probably in the minority, for sure, because everybody's about convenience, especially the server. The server is about like quality of life and convenience and stuff like that. And so I'm sure I'm in the minority, but I don't know. I have thoughts. I got to think about it. I got to think about it. And this is why I want to make a video on it, so that you guys can put me in my place and be like, yo, you're crazy. It's good because of these reasons. You're thinking about it all wrong, or whatever it is, right? Like, I'm not trying to be set in my ways, but this is how I feel at the moment. And I've felt like this for a while. I've never really had a place to talk to anybody about it, I guess. So, you know, if there's people out there and they got good arguments, and I don't mean like arguments, like we're not going to argue about it, but, you know, if you have a good opinion on it and you can make me feel better about it, not that I feel that bad about it. I don't really care that much. It's been the way it is forever on all servers, so I'm not really mad about it or anything, but you know what I mean. So I got some stuff that I want to talk about, and I kind of feel like Planes of Power, if you're not raiding, what are you doing? Kind of. All the good zones you gotta get keyed in. Like Bashing the Thunder's super cool, super fun. Gotta get a key to get in there. It's not that hard of a key, and on this server for sure it's not gonna be that hard to get the Bashing the Thunder key for sure. But yeah, stuff like that. Talk about stuff like that. Talk a little bit about P99 and Quarm differences. Maybe talk about the population, man. You know, what do y'all think about population when the raids come out in January? Are we gonna hit queues? Maybe not. Are we gonna hit queues when Planes of Power comes out? You know, maybe sometimes it's for a week or two, and then people are like, "All right, cool, I did them once. Fuck it," you know, or whatever people do. Yeah. Just curious. Just talk about stuff. Maybe talk about Monsters and Memories a little bit in that video as well. Is EverQuest banned in Brazil? Why is this a question? A Brazilian judge has confirmed a ban. First ordered in October 2007 for first-person shoot-'em-up Counter-Strike. And then MMO EverQuest on the grounds they incite violence. Bro, Brazil, dog? You banned Counter-Strike and EverQuest because it promotes violence? Bro. What happened? That didn't work. No offense. Anyways. Alright, I got shit to do. I gotta go see the trainer and do all that kind of stuff. We got a Lakers game coming on in 9 minutes. Let's get it. Sorry I get so off track and I can't fight and talk at the same time. But, yeah. Well, let me know what your thoughts are on all that gibberish I spout out. And also, oh yeah, if you're still here, is there a way to, so a buddy was telling me that there's a way to, like set a hotkey. You know how you set the hotkey to buy and sell? There's a way to set a hotkey to like combine. Is there one? To like to be able to combine this or like make this into a hotkey so you can just push a button to combine and you don't have to, or you can like auto shoot. How do you auto shoot shit into the fletching kit or something like that? Is there a way to do stuff with trade skills automated, like make it easier? Let me know. Other than that, we'll see you in the next one. Maybe on the Enchanter, probably more Rexar stuff. We got raiding coming up real soon. We got the holidays. By the time you see this, we're probably between Christmas and New Year's, even though Christmas hasn't hit me yet, just because we have so much stuff going on. But yeah, could be a number of characters. I'm not going to go hard on this guy. I just want to play him here and there. I still want to play the Enchanter a little bit. I don't know if it's going to be a duo thing or what's going on with that. We're going to play the mains. We got to grind some AA still. I will see you in the next video.